you guys, it's Megan and I am back with my finance videos and I am so excited. You guys have been requesting for probably the better half of a year or over a year for me to get back into doing financial topics on my channel, and I just want to dive straight in and I want any requests that you guys want to hear me talk about. And I'm not a financial expert. I'm just a 25-year-old that really wants to be in control of my money as much as possible and really take advantage of this point in my life where I don't have kids, I live at home, I can save a lot of money, and I have a really supportive family. I've been so fortunate that I can talk to my parents so openly about money and learning how to take the money that I make and help it grow over time or help it really work for me, and it's a really powerful feeling. So you guys know I'm on a no-buy. I'm struggling this month. I am so craving to shop and I have bought a few things here and there, but I want to get back in the mindset of always thinking about saving over spending, and it's something that's really, it's like coming second nature to me now, because before I was very frivolous with how I would spend my money, and I still am more free than I think I would want to be with spending my money, because we work so hard for every single penny that we make and you don't want to just throw it away. And I feel like a lot of the things that I have done with my money have not been for nothing. They've been really amazing experiences that I wouldn't trade for anything. But especially when it comes to physical objects, I'm trying to really limit how much I spend my money on those things that I don't really need, and also it adds clutter to my life, which I'm already a very like hoarder type of a person, so I don't need any help having more stuff. So today's video, I was so excited when on my way home from work last night, I thought of this title, and it's Treat Yourself to Saving for Your Future. And I think the best thing that we can do for ourselves is to think about our future and to think about, damn, I'm gonna need hella money when I'm retired, or I really want to save up for an awesome experience or a house or a car or whatever your dreams may be. You need to save up that money. Most of us don't have the luxury of having a huge income where we can just pay for everything right that second that we want it. So we have to save up, and that is something that is like a mental thing that you have to do, but it's also something that you need to kind of understand what your options are. And I don't know all the options, but I'm going to talk about 3 that I use personally and that have really proven to me that I can save my money without even really thinking about it, and it grows and grows and grows over time. So the first one, and the one that, if you take anything from this, start an emergency fund. I've talked to you guys about this a few years ago, but my favorite term for an emergency fund is a OMG fund. So if something goes wrong, something unexpected happens, you need that OMG fund with money in it to get you by for at least, I think the standard is 3 months pay, and I'm definitely not there yet. But just starting a fund where you can put in however much money per paycheck, and having just an automatic withdrawal from your checking account to your savings just makes it so brainless, and you just work it into your budget so you don't even like have to think about that money going to a different spot, because you don't need it. It's saving for a rainy day. You can also call it a rainy day fund. And it's just so reassuring to have a lump of money ready if something unexpected or terrible or really expensive happens. Your car breaks down, your pet has an emergency, like anything could happen. So starting a emergency fund is huge. So I started my emergency fund just within my my credit union. So I started one connected to my checking account, and that just doesn't really have a lot of benefits. Like, it doesn't have a lot of interest that you accrue over the year. So I switched probably 2 or 3 years ago to a Barclays savings account online, and it's amazing. It's now at 1.5% annual, what is it called? APY. So it's like the amount of yield that you get per year. You get that money back, 1.5% on whatever you have in your savings account. And I have multiple savings accounts within my account with them. So I have an emergency fund, I have a vacation fund. What else do I have in there? Moving out. And I have a fund for like saving up for furniture, because obviously that is really expensive. So I have multiple things that I'm saving for, but they're all under that umbrella of getting a 1.5% back each month. And then, like, we just had tax season, or it's still going on, whatever, we already did our taxes. So you do have to pay tax on that amount from the interest. So tax is something I'm going to be talking a lot about. Taxes just like drive me crazy, but it's a part of life. So yeah, that is taxed because you're getting money from them and then you have to like pay back the government. So Barclays is where it's at to me. I researched a lot before putting my money somewhere other than what I always had it in, and Barclays, it was just the right decision for me. But definitely do your own research. If you want to use Barclays, I definitely give it a thumbs up. But if you have like your family members use a certain account, definitely go with whatever you're comfortable with. But I would just say doing an account outside of maybe your credit union that gives a higher yield on the money that you're saving, I think that that's really, really beneficial, and you can see that money slowly growing over time, which is always awesome. So definitely start an emergency fund. Even if you can only put $20 in it per week or per paycheck, that will grow and grow, and you will be amazed how much money you can save up over time. And it's just that fallback that you know that you have some money that you can pay in cash if you have an emergency come up. So definitely save for yourself. This is something that I feel very strongly about, that every person needs to protect themselves and have money for themselves just in case, because I think a lot of the times women aren't really encouraged to learn about money or to have their own money, and that might be an old-fashioned way of thinking, and I think things are really changing, which is amazing. But I want all of you guys who watch my channel, who I know are amazing, amazing women, and I know there are some men, but mostly women watch my channel, and no matter what age you are, it's never too young or old to learn about money, and it's not that hard. It's really interesting, and it's really an encouraging and powerful feeling when you take control of your money. You have your own money that you can do what you want with, and that's something that I will always stand by, is know how much money you have money for yourself, and make that money really work for you, and if possible, grow that money by interest or like the other options that I'm going to talk about. So next is a 401k, and this is something that I am so thankful that I was able to start like a year and a half ago at my job, and you had to work there for a certain amount of time before you were eligible. So once I was eligible, I immediately started putting money into my 401k, and I put 10% of my income into my 401k, and it's just like a direct deposit straight into it, and it just grows exponentially. It is insane, and my company also matches 3%. So find out if your company gives you money, like free money. It is a free money, it is crazy, towards your retirement. So you can take a 401k out early, but you have to be, I think, 60 or 65 to start taking out money from your 401k. So definitely don't rely on it for before that age, but always think about your future. Like, that is so far away from now, but doing these steps now is going to help me so much as I get older. So Definitely get that free company match if your company goes up to a certain percent. Like if you put 10%, they'll match half of that. Go up to as much as you can, and it's just amazing how a lot of companies do give you that match. Or my company, even if you don't put anything in, they still give you that 3%. So it's like a bonus on top of your salary. But if you can, definitely put in a percentage that you feel comfortable with. And like I said, I don't have kids, I don't have a lot of expenses, so I'm putting in a good amount of my paycheck, 10%, in every month, and it is wild when I look at how much I have been able to save up. And just seeing, they send like a quarterly snapshot of your account, and just like seeing that bar graph go up, it's just amazing. It is so cool. It's something that to me, it's like a brainless thing. I just have it directly taken out of my paycheck. I don't see it at all, and it's just growing and really helping me for my future. Taxes with that, it's not taxed at this moment, so you get like basically you have to pay less taxes on your salary because a chunk of your salary is being put away into the 401k, but then when you take out the money, it is taxed at that time. So the government's gonna get you either way, but it is cool that you have a lower income, even though you're still making the normal amount that you would. The taxable income is less, so that's where taxes come into that. And then the last thing that I do for saving for my future is a Roth IRA. So I started one probably 2 years ago with Fidelity, and that's a company that my parents have worked with for their future savings, and so that was what I was comfortable using since they have used it for so long. And so I started a Roth IRA, which you can put in, I think the minimum was $500 to start a account with them, an index fund. And so that takes like a bunch of different stocks and puts it into a grouping that your money is distributed over. And then as those stocks like gain, hopefully gain interest or money, or I don't really understand how stocks work. I really want to learn how they work officially, but as those stocks do better, you do better and your money grows. So this is taxed when you put in your money, but then when you take it out in the future, it's not taxed. So everything you make after that first, like after you first put in your money, every penny that you make is yours at the end of the day. So that is really cool to me, and I definitely want to figure out stocks more and then put more money into my Roth IRA to really see it grow, because I've definitely seen it grow over the past 2 years. Not as much as my 401k because I'm not constantly putting money into it, but it is something that grows with the stock market, and of course there is fluctuations, but it's an option, especially if you don't work for a company right now, like maybe you're in college or in high school, or you want a supplement to your 401k that your company has. A Roth IRA is absolutely awesome, and I just love the diversity that you can get with those index funds. I don't feel confident at this point to like pick specific stocks to see if they grow or not. That to me, that's a little risky, but getting that index fund, you get like a lot of options. So you can get like technology index fund or like manufacturing or whatever, and it's big companies that the stocks just like grow, hopefully. I hope none of these stocks tank because I want my money in a few years. So yeah, those are my suggestions on how you should treat yourself to saving for your future. And there are so many ways. I at one point would save all my $5 bills. I had, before we went to Vegas, I saved, I had an envelope. Every time I got a $5 bill, I would put it in there, and then right before my trip, I put it all into my checking account. So then as I spent money in Vegas, that was like my the money I saved up for my spending. So there's just little things you can do here and there. There's apps that like round up your purchases to the nearest dollar and save those cents, and that really grows. Whatever works for you, I would really recommend trying different things and just seeing how you can save your money and really just think about your future self. I think that that is where the turning point was for me, when I was like, savings is like not that exciting, or I would only save for like tangible things, like, oh, I really want a purse or whatever, and I would save up until I had that exact amount, take all my savings out and go buy it, and then I was always like at zero or working towards like a not very important goal. Now I'm always thinking about like far in the future, like a house and all those really exciting things that mean a lot more to me than makeup or clothes or anything like that. So if you're at the point in your life where you can think about all those like extra things, that is awesome, and I would still recommend saving. But especially at my age, I need to be like working towards those bigger goals that I have in my life, because it's not just gonna happen. If I want it to happen, I need to work at it. So definitely, if you take anything from this, start an emergency fund, put in $20, put in $100, put in $1,000, whatever you can afford right now. You, like, when you need it, you will be so thankful you did that. And especially if you put it in a savings account that has a little bit of interest, you can see that grow over time, which is awesome. So yeah, I am just diving straight back into the finance videos. I hope that this was helpful, you guys. And like I said, I'm not a finance expert, but these are the things that I do and really am excited about. Like, I think you could tell I'm very excited about this topic, and I'm just excited about, I guess, prioritizing finances again. I kind of got off the bandwagon a lot over the past year, and I want to save as much as possible, really trying to stick to my no-buy and be good at that. But it goes far beyond just buying things here and there. Like, it's a whole mindset and a lifestyle that you have to create for yourself. And at this time in my life, I'm not making like millions of dollars, so I need to be like a little bit holding back from every single thing I want. So there is going to be so many things, I'm sure, that I think of to talk to you guys about that are finance related. But if you have any requests of things you want to hear me talk about, please let me know, and I will be doing monthly updates on my no-buy. So if you're new to my channel, I'm on a no-buy, or mostly a beauty no-buy, and I do videos at the end of each month talking about what I've been tempted by, if I broke my no-buy, and how I feel going forward. So I'm just really trying to be financially conscious this year and put a lot towards my student loans as well, but still really saving for my future. So whatever that is, I just hope that you guys took something from this and maybe got a little bit excited about something that you thought was boring. Like, I definitely thought this stuff was really boring before, and I have really changed my mind about it. I see how much it is growing, and I see how happy it makes me feel when I see that money growing. It's like, I did this for myself. No one else like forced me to put my money into savings. So it's like, I don't know. It just makes you feel really, really good when you see that, that you are working really hard at making your money, and that you are going to be okay in the future, and that you'll have this money that is there for you. I hope that you guys enjoyed. I'm like, what am I supposed to say? I got all awkward all of a sudden, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.